What's up, coaches? I wanted to make a little video and talk to you quickly about a friend of mine named Ahmed. Ahmed's my barber. He does a freaking phenomenal job on beards. If you want a beard or your haircut or a nice fade or anything like that, go see my boy Ahmed. He's great. But let me tell you a little story about Ahmed. He's probably one of the busiest barbers I've ever seen. He's literally booked out on the internet for 3 weeks, and within that format, you can't go see him, but he does everything he can to make sure that his clients are taken care of. So we're gonna talk about Ahmed real quick. So Ahmed, he's one of the busiest barbers in town. He's got plenty of money. He's doing great. His clientele is great, and he doesn't need nobody. I went in there for probably my second beard cut, my nice little beard cut, and Ahmed was talking to a guy that had an appointment for him and his 2 sons. That's one of the reasons why I was actually in the shop, because I didn't have an appointment. He called me on his own to take the extra step to get me in to facilitate my beard trimming, because I needed a follow-up to maintain my line. So Ahmed brought me in, and because there was a cancellation. Cancellation was this guy and 2 of his sons. One of his sons was in the hospital. And Ahmed was talking to the father and was like, "Hey, where's little Johnny at?" And the father was like, "Oh, little Johnny's sick and he's in the hospital, and I think he's gonna be okay. It's just some little small thing. I think it was appendix or something." So Ahmed was like, "Oh, I go there and cut his hair. I'll go to the hospital right now and I will cut his hair and get him squared away." And the father laughed. It was like, "Ahmed, you can't do that, man. It'll make a mess. Like, you can't be serious about that." And Ahmed said, "No, I'll go. You let me know when you get home. I'll come by there in the middle of the night." So here's Ahmed, the busiest guy, the busiest barber in town, was gonna go to the hospital to make a $10 haircut for a 8-year-old, and shut down his business and mess up his clientele rotation, and make some changes in his day and the structure of his day, and do something different that's totally out of what his typical rotation is. So I looked at that and I evaluated myself. I kind of pride myself in really trying to be authentic and caring and taking that extra step for the clientele. So I evaluated myself. We've got the CrossFit model pretty well. As a journalist sense, we do pretty good. And so I wanted to add something of value to our gym that would create a different dynamic in the gym. So I did that. So I hired a team. Of programmers to change the format of the gym a little bit. And the 30-minute to 1 hour thing was my idea, and I own it. But last month we jumped into programming that was a little bit more volume than most people are used to. The reason why I did that is because I didn't want to step into their programming and install bias. I wanted to evaluate it completely and wholly for myself and see how the clientele kind of accepted it. Because what I was wanting to do is deliver more value to you and the new client. And guess what? The program is delivered, and we've had a good upsurge in clientele. I also evaluate the gym floor, and through the help of Jeremy, we made some changes, and I think things are happy. A lot of people are happy around the gym. But I want you to evaluate yourself. Evaluate yourself in 2 steps. Are you at the gym because you love the gym, you love the people, you love the facility, you love the owners, you love the people that manage it, you love it, right? If you have that kind of feeling, stick with it. Kind of evaluate yourself. If you see someone that has to go and get a dumbbell, walk over there with them and show them which dumbbell they need. Don't just say, grab a blue handle. I'm bad about that myself. Take that extra step. If you feel like you're too tired, or your work week's been too much, let me know. We can facilitate, get someone else to get some help in there, because I want this kind of aspect. I want this Ahmed touch. That's the name of his barbershop, Ahmed Touch. I want you to evaluate yourself and say, like, what would Ahmed do? Ahmed's the busiest barber in town and was going to cost himself probably $200 to go to a hospital to cut a little boy's head. You know, what are we doing on a daily basis to facilitate, to make, in an authentic way, to make our clientele feel like that we would do the same for them? So, you know, I ruffled some feathers. You know, I wanted to make some changes. I felt like the hour format was stale, and that I wanted to, you know, deliver, as I evaluate the gym, I want to deliver some extra value. How can I deliver value within the hour format that doesn't cost a lot of money? So part of the whole, you know, idea is like, what can we do to make some changes? So we've done that. I brought Cassie in. I knew that when she came back from her pregnancy, that she was a very loyal person and a very staunch supporter of the gym, and she would have my back and the gym's back no matter what. So I brought her in to do contract enforcement and also to do clientele follow-up. We're building a program that's really strong, that's going to help people stay more active in the gym, and I think that's paying off. We've expanded hours, you know, for coaches, and I feel like that's a big aspect for me as well. I'm not in the gym 14 hours a day, 7 days a week. And what that helps for me is I can program and do more things. You know, I've added the should it be clean format, participate in that part. Again, we're adding value. You know, trying to change format. I know that for me, heavy barbell has you know, for 10 years has affected me. So, you know, should you lift with heavy barbell for 10 years straight? Absolutely not. Anybody that is an avid weightlifter says that you need to, you know, rotate your lifting and, you know, put your wrists in different positions and press from that position, and all those things kind of help out and make you a little bit better. So, you know, we had become really comfortable within the model of what we're doing. And now we've initiated something that's a little bit more uncomfortable. So it's a little bit more work. But believe me, as I evaluate this, I'm doing what I think that what I needed to do to make the gym more happy and deliver more value to you as coaches. To give you a better gym and more clientele to coach, and a happier gym and more happier clientele to coach, and a more diverse set of clientele to coach. And I want to maintain that. So when you come to the gym, I want you to evaluate yourself. Do you have the ability today to coach, to provide that Ahmed touch? Are you willing to go to the hospital and cut a little kid's hair? If you don't have that kind of love for your profession, then you need to get out of it. You don't need to do it no more. And, you know, you shouldn't be coaching, because we're all here because, you know, we're not going to be millionaires. We're here to help people and make them better humans. And that's how we should evaluate ourselves on a daily basis. And if we're doing a great job in that, we're going to be like Ahmed. Ahmed's booked out 3 months. He's probably making $100,000 a year cutting hair, which is incredible. So, as I'm pulling back into the gym, I kind of wanted to just touch on that. You know, trust that I'm trying to do something for the gym to make us happier. You know, ride this out. Please keep the talking, especially to other clientele. Like, if you have a problem with programming, talk to me. Don't talk to other clientele about it. Don't even talk to other coaches about it. Come talk to me. That underseating of trust creates a problem within the dynamics and esprit de corps of the gym. It's undermining the happiness of the gym. So if you have any questions about why we're changing programming, which we haven't, I've started to blend my own programming back into that part of the programming from the NC Fit people. to find a good blend between. And I think you saw it last week. We did 4 barbell workouts. So as we start to progress, I'm starting to see the way they balance, and part of that stuff is good, part of that stuff is bad, and we're going to try to bring a good situation together for the gym to deliver the most value for our clientele. So trust that I'm going to deliver that program to you. I've really worked hard on each one of you coaches to, make you feel, a part of our life here, and that we're all family. So please keep the complaints to a minimum. Come talk to me, table it with me. Don't talk to other coaches about it. Don't talk, especially to other athletes, about it. If you have a problem with programming, let's talk about it, so I can tell you my philosophy and the reason why things are a little bit different, but really they're not. The only thing that's really different is we're doing a little more volume in the workout. So what you should evaluate is, like, why are you pushing against so much volume or more volume in the workout? Are you really doing what's hard? Are you willing to take that deepest, darkest road? Are you trying to take the shortcut? If you try and take the shortcut, you should really evaluate your life and see how that shortcut mentality and doing what's expedient and not what's worthwhile, and evaluate that how that works out in your whole life. Because work always equals happiness, and that's it. The more work that you do, and as humans, the way it works out, it makes us all happier, and that's across the board. So I kind of want to talk about that. You guys have been doing great. I appreciate you watching the gym while I was gone on vacation. Let's continue to build a great environment for people. Let's be positive. Let's speak positivity. If you have any issues, talk to me. Let's sit down. Let's table it, and let's try to figure out a scenario to make things better. Please don't talk to clients about it. If you hear a complaint, come immediately to me. Let's try to figure it out, what we can do to address it. Some people don't see the totality as far as, like, from a higher level. Like, we are going back into the open. In 8 weeks, 7 weeks, we're going back to open. So guess what? Our program is not really any different than what it was in January of last year, when we went an uptick in like cardiovascular skill work. So that's kind of what we're doing right now. Right now is not where you really would want to go into strength. You want to go into conditioning going 6 weeks out from the open. So that's kind of where we're going with that. So remember, the open starts in 7 weeks. We're going to see a little bit of uptick from 3 barbell strength WODs a week to probably 2. Some more skill work for gymnastics. It's typically the way I program. I want to keep us in that 90 percentile for strength. I want to be able to uptick us. We've always been in the 70 percentile when it comes to, like, cardiovascular skill work. I like to see us in 80. So, or 85. And if we have a 90 and 85 gym, we're going to be in the 90 percentile, which is what I want. I want us to do well. So, trust this process. I love you guys. I want us to do well. Anything that I'm doing or any changes I'm making is because I want a better gym for us all. I've been doing this for 10 years, and I knew that the hour format is broken, and that it needed to be fixed. And this type of hour, this half hour to hour rotation is kind of going through really significant programming change with other gyms too. We're leading the group on this, so it kind of helps us be able to pull these F45 people that are doing rope flings and battle ropes and that kind of crap that really doesn't do anything for adaptation, and gets them to look at something else. And then the normal progression of things is, if you do that long enough, you're going to want to do something more. So then something more could be a barbell or a pull-up. And that's how things transitioned for us 10 years ago when we first started all this stuff. You develop talent as you develop your physical conditioning. So be patient. Let me try to develop this talent. Let's develop your talent, but also let's look at the way things progress for these new people. Because here's the thing: if the light shining on you is brighter than a light shining from you, it will take you out. So evaluate yourself on that. If you feel like you're always looking at things that are going wrong in your life and you're not really trying to solve things, outwardly, then you might want to evaluate that. All right. So I love you guys. Let's continue to do well. Let's focus on the open. And I will see you in class.